Welcome to World Tide News, where we navigate the powerful currents shaping our world. Today, we turn our attention to Ethiopia, a nation once seen as a rising star in East Africa. But now, it teeters on the edge of collapse. All signs suggest that Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed may be preparing to drag the country back into another devastating war in the Tigray region. A war that could echo the horrors of the 2020 conflict. If this sounds familiar, it should. Before the first war in November 2020, Abiy carefully set the stage. He portrayed the TPLF as the aggressor, while behind the scenes he was orchestrating a dangerous narrative. He sent respected elders and religious figures to Tigray under the guise of peace, but it wasn't a genuine attempt at dialogue. It was a calculated move to shift blame. Tigray's leaders made their position crystal clear. They did not want war. Their only demand was the right to self-govern and hold regional elections.
The Tigray region of northern Ethiopia voted in an election that Ethiopia's federal government said was unconstitutional and illegal. The government had postponed nationwide polls that were due last month because of the coronavirus pandemic. But some Tigrayan voters say they were being deprived of their democratic rights.
I believe it is lawful to hold elections every 5 years. It is in the law. It is very important because it means being governed by a legitimate government elected by the people.
The Tigrayan People's Liberation Front is widely supported here. It dominates the regional state council, and that's not expected to change.
But Abiy wasn't interested in respecting that. Instead, he warned that any election would trigger strong measures from the government. And he followed through. When Tigray voted on September 9, 2020, the federal government responded by cutting all political ties with the region. The result? War. Brutal, catastrophic war.
The first 7 months during which the Ethiopian government forces and allied troops from Eritrea controlled the Tigray region, they have committed the most horrendous war crimes, including weaponized sexual violence, massacres, man-made starvation. The conflict has killed thousands and left over 9 million people in humanitarian disaster. My name is Lucy Casa. I am a freelance journalist for Al Jazeera and Between Us. I have witnessed the worst of humanity when covering this conflict. The Tigray conflict is an ongoing civil war which broke out in November 2020 following months of political controversy between the Ethiopian federal government led by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's Prosperity Party and the Tigray region government, the TPLF. The political controversy was over election postponement. The Tigray region government considered the postponement a threat to its self-determination right. And in November 2020, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed sent troops to Tigray region, accusing the Tigray government of attacking a military base.
Credible sources like the New Lines Institute have documented atrocities during that conflict that amount to genocide. Hundreds of thousands of civilians lost their lives, millions were displaced. The country was shattered. A fragile peace finally came in 2022 with the Pretoria Agreement, intended to end the bloodshed. But now, history is repeating itself. Just last month, Abiy again called on religious elders and diplomats to launch another peace mission to Tigray. Tigray's leaders replied as before, "We don't want war, we want peace. We want the Pretoria Agreement to be honored." Yet Abiy sent another delegation, the Abagadas, to deliver the same message, only to be told again Tigray does not want conflict. And here's where it gets even more disturbing. Ethiopia's top military commander, Field Marshal Birhanu Jula, recently went on record saying to Tigray, "If you want to go, just go, don't fight with us." Think about that, the head of a national army, effectively telling part of the country to leave. That's not just an oversight, it's a revealing moment. When you add up the staged peace deals, the disregard for regional rights, and the military's incendiary statements, a pattern emerges that can't be denied. This isn't the behavior of a government trying to hold Ethiopia together. Instead, it seems to be a regime deliberately pushing out one of its own regions. If that continues, the impact could be disastrous. not just for Ethiopia, but the whole Horn of Africa. We may be witnessing a step-by-step effort to dismantle the country. That's our report for World Tide News. If you appreciate this analysis, please like, share and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.